Here she is lying. Some friends are sitting beside her being worried. Jessica. Helen. When will she wake up? Looked at her sleeping figure with sad eyes. I I can see my friend like this. Helen. Be strong, Jessica. For our Ryan? She said with a convincing tone. Jessica. How? Can't you see her fragile body? Huh? It's been 3 days. She lost consciousness and Jimin? Her voice cracked. She swallowed her saliva and blinked her unshed tears, showing she was engulfed by her boyfriend and classmate. Milton kissed on top of her head to console her. Actually, Ryan, Jungkook, and Jimmy were besties, and beside them, Helen, Jessica, and Minjun were their good friends. So when they got the news of Jimmy's sudden death, they broke mentally. Helen called Ryan at the moment, but no one answered her phone. Being so worried, they went to her home. They almost waited 30 minutes out of her home, but no one opened the door. At last, Minjun broke the door and came in. But what they saw made their eyes out of socket. Jan was lying unconscious on the floor. They called the doctor immediately, and he injected something on her arms and told them to take care of her. She is in a big trauma. Of course, why not? He was her everything, her soulmate, her best friend, her protector. And now, no one will understand what she is going through. They thought it's risky to leave her alone, so they took her with them in Helen's home. Jessica and Minjun come often, as they can't stay here. They have family, and they would be worried. It's been 3 days. They had been skipping university. Helen, Jessica? Jessica looked at her. Ryan? I looked behind to see her blinking her eyes and moving her head a little. Jessica went towards Ryan's head and said, she held her hands softly. Jessica, Ryan? They were looking at her until they saw her opening her eyes. Everyone became happy seeing this. Mentioned Ryan, are you okay? Wait, let me call the doctor. Doctor came in 20 minutes. In the whole time, Yan was just looking at the ceiling, didn't utter a word. Her friends tried to talk to her, but no response. Doctor, here, take the prescription. I gave her some tests. Do it and show me again. Manju nodded and took the prescription. Helen, why she's not talking to us, doctor? Doctor took a deep sigh and Doctor, see miss, your friend is in a big trauma. Looked at her who has no sense what is happening around. She needs time to heal. She needs you all. Look back. Minjun, let me guide you to the entrance, doctor. Doctor nodded and left. Helen, Jessica, you stay by her side. I'm going to make some porridge for her. Helen left. Jessica looked at her in pity. Her eyes stared up. She caressed Ryan's head. Jessica, get well soon. Idiot, we can't see you like this anymore. Suddenly her phone rang. She saw the caller ID and it's her mom. She saw Ryan and stood up and went over to talk to her mom. Jessica, yeah mom, yes I'm fine. Yeah, but I think I will stay here today. Ryan woke up. Don't worry. Helen and Minjun are also here. Okay. Bye. Take care. She cut the call and looked behind, but Jessica, Ryan? She was astonished. Ryan, shh. Jessica whispered slowly. Yes, Ryan is sitting on the bed, in a position like she is making someone sleep. Jessica can't control anymore. Teardrop of tears slide down. Maybe in happiness. She went near Ryan and was about to hug. Ryan looked at her with a mad expression. Ryan, why are you making noise? Slowly walk. Can't you see you're disturbing my mochi? Jessica. What? She was out of her word. What she is saying? Does it mean she? No. Ryan. Yes. Looked at the empty side of the bed, smiling. See how cute my baby mochi is looking? Damn cute. Jessica. But there is no Gemini on. Ryan again looked at her and shouted slowly. Ryan, shut up, Jessica. I know you love to prank, not now. My baby Mochi is so tired. He is sleeping, don't disturb him. Go from here. She again got busy and started to caress the empty air, but it's demon for her. She was lovingly looked at the empty spot. Helen came back and looked at Ryan. She became happy and Helen. Ryan, you are up. I'm Ryan. Ish. Shut up you also, Helen. Can't you see Mamochi sleeping? Helen looked at Jessica, being surprised. Helen saw Jessica was looking at Ryan with sad eyes, who was engrossed in her works. She went towards Jessica. Helen, what is happening, Jessica? Why, Jessica, she thinks Jimin is alive and she is now making him sleep. Helen, what? She looked at Ryan. But, but she can't live like this, Jessica. She needs to believe Jimin is no more among us. She stated the fact. Everyone has to face the reality. Jessica, but how? Helen thought for a while and went towards bed and sat in front of Ryan. Helen, Ryan? She said softly. Ryan looked at her with a smiling face. One can understand what she is thinking. Jimin? Ryan, I know he is sleeping, that's why I am telling you not to disturb him. Helen took a deep breath before saying, Helen, Ryan, Jimin is no more. Helen looked at Ryan to know what she is thinking, but Ryan, she was sitting on bed without saying a single word for a while, and then, Ryan, I know you all love to prank, but don't you dare to say this bullshit again. Her voice was calm, but it was stern, as if she was warning them it won't be good for them if they say again anything like that. Before Helen said anything again, Ryan, go from here. I'm not in the mood to talk. She sat down in her face towards again in the empty bed. Jessica put her hand on Helen's shoulder, who was sadly looking at one. She gave her a note, maybe saying, give her time, she will be okay. Helen took a deep breath before nodding in agreement. Helen, Ryan, I'm in the other room. You can call me if you need something. Ryan heard but pretended like she didn't care. Helen and Jessica sadly looked at her before leaving the room, closing the door. Hearing the closing sound, Ryan, it's good that they left. How can they prank on me like this? But smiled again at the empty spot and started to caress air by hand as if she is caressing someone's face. Ryan, Mutu, don't worry, I won't tolerate saying anything bad about you. Her affectionate eyes can say how much she is loving the moment, but fate is like no one can change it. On the other hand, someone was talking on phone. Her condition isn't good. I feel bad for her. Is it really needed? Just do as I say. You don't have to think about her health, and yeah, take care of her. Excuse me? Didn't you say not to think? Then why the hell are you saying me to take care of her? What the fuck do you want, huh? Henry, I want you to take care of her until I come and I trust you. And you'll get to know what I want later. We'll call later, take care. Cut phone. Bastard. See? Didn't even let me finish my word. Slowly breathe it out. Next morning, Helen and Jessica are making breakfast. Helen, did you check on Ryan? Jessica, she was sleeping then. Helen nodded. Let me call her for breakfast. Helen, okay, go. Jessica waved her hands and was about to go when both saw Ryan coming down with a bright smile on her face and circling her arms around air as if she was holding someone's arm and she was looking at a particular empty spot as if she had been looking at someone lovingly. Helen and Jessica both looked at each other, maybe exchanging some thoughts. Helen, Ryan, come have breakfast. Ryan looked at them smiling. Ryan, good morning, Helen. Sure. Jimin, sit. She said, looking at the same spot where she was looking before. Jessica felt pity, but what can she even do? She is helpless. She can't force her to admit the reality. Pushing her thoughts, she plays for them. Ryan frowned, looking at the plate, and then Jessica. Jessica noticed her expression. So did Helen. Helen understood, so she soon went to the kitchen and brought another plate and placed it beside Jan's. Ryan looked at Helen blankly. Helen, haha. Actually, you know Jessica, didn't you count those places before bringing, Helen looked at Jessica in order to make her understand. Jessica, being sharp-minded, got it easily and said aloud. Jessica, oh, I'm sorry, I mistakenly brought 2 plates. That's it? She said, trying to make the environment normal. Ryan didn't say anything and was about to eat, but she looked beside again and Ryan, Mochi, your hands are hot, right? So I'm gonna feed you. Jessica and Helen looked at each other, seeing their friend's condition. It's not easy for them to see her like this. One who is to make a comedy show, without even trying, is now going through this trauma. They sadly started to finish their food, while Vanessa was taking food in the air and said, Ryan, say ah. She worked the food and it fell on the floor, but poor girl has no sense about it. She takes a bite and then make her imaginary best friend forever eat another. Here again, Jessica and Helen forbade Ryan to come to college. They said Ryan studied a lot last few months, so she should take a break. And Ryan thought it's logicless. They tried to make her understand so much, but she was stubborn. She came after so many tantrums. While she was coming through the corridor, she saw someone looking at her with kind of different emotions. Someone watching how she was holding Jimin's bag in one hand and her own bag in her shoulder. Then On the other hand, encircling around the air, and she was beyond happy. Sometimes she talked to herself, looking at the air. Most of the students thought it's a bad impact of Jimin's sudden death on her. They felt so sad about it. Why not? She barely has any enemies in the whole university. Most of the people love her, not like she has no enemy, but still. And she's not in the state of thinking anything now, but sometimes their gaze make her question or treat friends about it, but somehow they handle it nicely. Now Wine is writing on Jimin's note when Professor Wine looked at teacher and stand up. Show your note to your friends so that they get an idea on how to make the note. Yes, she was good at studies. The professor always used to tell her like that, but today is different. Professors were also upset about Jimin's death. They also knew how unbreakable their bond is. When the professor came from till now, he saw Wyan talking to herself and smiling. He felt compassion and wanted Wyan to get along with them gradually. So he wanted to gain her attention, but what Wyan said made her more mourned. Wyan, sir, give me 2 minutes, please. Actually, I did not complete mine yet. Professor, why? But I saw you writing from alone. Wyan, yes sir, actually Jimmy's hand is injured, so he can write and I'm helping him. Professor was shocked to hear this. Not like he didn't hear information about her, but seeing one student's condition like this made his heart bend. He was quietly looking at his towel for a couple of times and then gave her a small nod and, Professor, it's okay, sit down Wyan. Finish yours slowly, okay? Wyan nodded and sat down, while all the students were giving her sympathetic look, except some. This situation is going like this. All the professors became more soft to her than they were. But her bullies sometimes tried to disturb her, but God's wish, her friends saved her from this, and Wyan thinks she is taking care of her best friend forever who is injured, forgetting about Jungkook totally. Like this 6 months passed until Helen is coming from principal's room being so annoyed when she bumped into Minjun. Helen, who the hell it is? Minjun? What are you doing here? Minjun gave her a down look. Minjun asked me who called me to meet her in the terrace. Helen, who, me? Minjun, no, my wife. Helen, what the hell? Why will I? Then a student told me that principal called me. Ish, that belt had just rebuked me for nothing. Minjun, then why did you tell our junior to inform me to meet you? Helen, oof, why you lie? I told you that I didn't. Also, principal said that he didn't call me and said I was finding a way for attending class. Wait, where is Wyan? Suddenly something hit him, and also Jessica didn't come. Minjun, oh shit. Saying, he started running towards the class, and also Helen. In this whole 6 months, these three didn't leave Wyan for a second. One of them always stayed beside her. But what they saw after coming made their heart out of its place. Minjun pushed Rina and his menace. Wyan's bullying. were standing in a round shape, and one was sitting at the center. Minjun and Helen halted on their spot, looking at Wine, who had her hands covering her ears as if she didn't want to hear anything anymore. She closed her eyes, her tears were falling, and her breath became uneven. Her screaming made her friends come to senses, and they bent down. Minjun was about to touch her arm, but Wyan, "Stop! Don't touch me!" I said, "Don't! Go away!" Minjun backed away, feeling shocked. "She is yelling at her long out." Helen gulped before going towards her. When Wyan looked at Minjun with bloodshot eyes. "Her breathing is becoming fast, Wyan. My Wyan is alive, right?" Minjun and Helen became shocked. Helen looked at Mina with her red eyes, as if she would eat her alive. Mina and her miniatures gulped. Wyan felt a thick, sharp pain in head. She held her head with both of her hands. Minjun and Helen both went towards Wyan with so much worriedness. "Minjun, relax, Wyan. See, everything is okay." His voice cracked in fear, but as if she can't hear anything. "Helen, Wyan, baby, let's go to doctor." Both were looking at Wyan, who was sitting on ground shaking her head continuously as if something is hurting inside her. Wyan was sweating badly. Her hands were shaking. Helen suddenly put her hands on her head. She looked at her with tearful eyes. Her eyes were asking help from her friend to get her out of this pain. Helen's and Minju's eyes became glossy. Wyan closed her eyes, letting her tears fall until she started breathing too fast, as if it became difficult for her to breathe. She put her hands on her heart, licking her dry lips. Minjun and Helen and some students who gathered became panicked. Suddenly she opened her eyes and pushed everyone around her and got up. She ran out of the classroom and her friends still followed her. Some were having difficulties to keep speed with her. She came to the terrace running. She went near the glass of the terrace. All professor came running after getting the news. Jessica already came. Minjun, "No, Yan, come back." "Wyan?" He screamed. Not he. Even many students and professors were also telling her to come back. But she stood in her position. She closed her eyes, ignoring everyone. She started recalling everything, every single moment she spent with Jimin, and she kept smiling. "Jessica? What the hell, Minjun? Go and catch her. She may do something." Hearing this, Wyan opened her eyes and looked behind with a smile. "Wyan, silly, don't come near me. I will be okay, Just let me realize Jimin sometime, please." Everyone is shocked to see her smiling, but tears were brimming. No one uttered a single word anymore. Wyan took a deep breath and looked at front. She and her gut knows that how much her heart is hurting bad, but still all she wants now is to feel Jimin. She closed her eyes when she heard a familiar voice. She opened her eyes to see her angel. Wyan. Jimin? Her tears and wide smile is the proof how much she missed him. Jimin smiled and Jimin, from when I became Mochi to Jimin, And my baby. Why she is crying? Doesn't she know I hate to see her crying, When? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please come back. I'm sorry, Mochi. She started sobbing. Everyone has tears in eyes. Jimin, shoo. Life doesn't go the way we want, princess. If not today, then another day I have to leave. Ryan shook her head in denial. Ryan, shut up. Can't you see your friend is suffering? How can you talk about leaving again, you heartless monster? Jimin just smiled. He looks like a real angel today. A white shirt and his killing smile. Jimil, it's true, baby. You have to accept it. He started crying more. Don't cry, idiot. My soul can't see you crying. You are hurting me. Ryan. And what about you, Aren't you hurting me? Jimin. Me? Where? When? He laughed. Today his laughter makes her look at him. So adorable. She didn't notice before. She feels like hearing this whole day. So addictive. Jimin, what are you staring at, stupid? He stopped laughing and asked, Ryan, can you do me a favor, please? Jimin, smile. Anything for you. Just order me and I will do everything. Ryan, let me see that smile for the whole lifetime, Mochi. And take me in your arms and hide me in your embers. Jimin. Still that smile didn't leave from his lips. And I did it. Ryan frowned. Jimin, he understood maybe. When you were sick, you saw me beside you. In these whole 6 months, you never felt I wasn't with you. Just some bad guys made you feel like today. Trust me, keep your hands on your heart and close your eyes. She did whatever he said. What do you see? Can you see a girl in a man's embers? She nodded, making me smile. It's my soul. Even if I'm not physically with you, but my heart, my soul, is always with you. Hugging you, taking you in my embers, and giving you my chest to hide from this painful world, my love. A smile crept on Ryan's face, which has dried tears. This smile may be hearing the word, my love. She didn't know how to describe her happiness that she was feeling at that moment, but she opened her eyes looking at her angel again. Ryan, thanks for giving me the best memory. Did you just call me? Jimin cut her off. Jimin, I never really did love from childhood, but I love to see your smile. You being with someone makes my heart. I don't know what is it. If it is love, then I love you, my stupid. Ryan smiled. She now don't want to remember anything, any pain. Only her best friend forever. Really? Best friend forever? Ryan, I don't know what to call it. But you are in my mind and in my heart always. And today I want to be honest with you. I really love to hear that my love from you. If you don't mind, may I say something to you? Jimmy nodded, making her smile. I love you too, Mr. Park. Jimin and Ryan both smiled ear to ear. Jimin, I know my love. Now just know. My heart is always with you. And take care of it. Ryan's face became dark suddenly, and an unknown fear rushed through her body. Ryan, where are you going? Jimin just gave her that smile. Jimin, I will wait for you in heaven, my love. Suddenly his body started to vanish in the air. Ryan panicked. Every people present in the spot were crying silently. They may not see Jimin, but Ryan's deep feeling, maybe they can't feel it, but still. Here Ryan suddenly panicked. Ryan, oh no, Mochi, no, saying she was about to hold him, but she slipped from the rooftop and everyone, Ryan? Helen and Jessica said with a loud thud, with no expression. Principal, go you all downstairs. Everyone went downstairs. Some were in shock. Is it the end, then? Ryan slowly opened her eyes and Ryan, Jimin, I'm angry on you. Didn't I tell you to take care of my soul? Angry. A lonely tear escaped from Ryan's eyes. Doctor, everyone, the news is